In this video, we got another episode of this series where I rate and improve your guys' teams. You guys will send me your teams over on Twitter at xevantanaka. I usually put out a tweet every 3 to 4 days over on Twitter asking for teams, and I'll just say reply to this tweet with your team and how much MT you guys have, and then you do have a chance to be featured in the next episode. But if you guys also want to comment your teams down below on this YouTube video, in the comment section, get below, put your team, how much MT you guys have as well, and maybe I'll go through there and rate and look at as many teams as possible, maybe give you guys some suggestions. But yeah, hopping into the first team here of the video is going to be from the real Laker fan. He's got about 2 million MT to spend. He says he's got to finish breaking down pieces and selling his dark matter Hakeem, wondering what I can do with my small forward and if I should get another backup center over Yao. So looking at this team, talking about the rating out of 10, I like to start with a rating out of 10 just to kind of give you, my rating of your team and how good I think it is, before my suggestions. And I mean, we're starting off with a bang. Like, this is a really good team. I would say easily like a 9.2 to 9.5. It's definitely not the best team in the game, and I only give out a 10 out of 10 if I think it's the best squad. So I think it's probably like a 9.2 if we're being specific, but I'll give you like a 9.5. It's a really good team, and I think for suggestions, I'm only really seeing one huge one. Now, I would probably recommend getting rid of LaMelo, but I know he's unsellable, so you probably just want to use him because you probably got him out of one of the elite boxes or something like that, or sorry, one of the Hall of Fame boxes. So you probably just want to keep him, because you got him for, not for free, but you got him, unsellable. I would probably improve him if you could, if you wanted to, with 2 million MT. If you wanted to get a better point guard, Alonzo Ball. I don't think you have Magic, but if you want to go get a Gary Payton, I think those cards are better than LaMelo. But if you want to keep him, I think that's totally fine. Now for the center position, I really do think getting a D-Rob might be worth it. I really do. I think D-Rob is so good at the center position. I think he'd really help out your team. I know he goes for a lot, but if you don't want to get him, I mean, you don't really have to make any improvements to this squad. I think what you could also do is get rid of Brandon Roy, move Corey Brewer to the backup shooting guard position, and then for backup small forward, get a Jonathan Isaac, right? He's really good at the small forward position. You can maybe even play him over Rudy Gay and then have Rudy Gay off the bench, or maybe go for a Carlos Boozer, or maybe get a pinked up a Michael Beasley for the bench. There's a lot of different things you can do with this type of squad, but it really depends, right? It really depends what kind of upgrades you want to make. So those are my suggestions for your team. A lot of different suggestions, a lot of different routes of this, team you can go, but that's what I would do if I was in your position. Now looking at the next team here, coming in from Common Squiddo, I think is how I pronounce his name. He says Beasley is in the unfilled spot and he's got about 350,000 MT to work with. This rating out of 10, definitely worse than the last team for sure, but not a bad team whatsoever, especially if you have Beasley there at small forward. That's a good starting 5. The bench, I mean, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of that dynamic duo of Corey Brewer. Sorry, I really like Corey Brewer and Joakim Noah. Not sure if I'm a huge fan of Lauri Markkanen and Kobe White. I would probably get rid of both those cards, and I'll talk about that here in a second. I do see that you have Lauri Markkanen unsellable, but I still probably would. Actually, you know what you can do with this team? Rating out of 10, I'll give it like a solid 8. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. It's definitely a decent team. But what I would do is get rid of Shane Battier. I don't think he's very good. I would move Lauri Markkanen into the small forward position as your backup small forward. You can keep the 2 dynamic duos. I think it's actually pretty cool to have those 2 dynamic duos. And then you would need a power forward, obviously. I would probably move Joakim Noah to the power forward position and then look to get a budget center. You don't really have that much MT to work with, 350k. You could just go all out and go get a Wembanyama. And you know what? That might be your best suggestion, honestly. Honestly, I think your best suggestion is, and I know this might sound crazy, is just go get Pink Diamond Wemby. If I'm being 100% real, go get Pink Diamond Wemby. Play him at your starting center position, have Lottie Divac as your backup center, and then if you can, maybe save up some MT and go try to get Kel'el Ware as your starting power forward next to Wemby, and then have Lottie Divac off the bench with Joakim Noah. So that's what I would do. I would go try to get Wemby. I think this squad really just needs Victor Wembanyama, and that's pretty much my only suggestion for your squad. Looking at the next team here, sent in by Bala, I guess we'll go with 1.3 million MT. He says he should have a little bit more MT after breaking down the rest of his event pieces. And this is an okay team. I'd say this is probably like another 7.5 to 8 out of 10. You have cards like Dark Matter LeBron. You have that dynamic duo of Corey Brewer and Joakim Noah. This is definitely a good squad. Kel'el Ware's in there, which is really nice. For this team, what I'm seeing is Jokic at center. Gotta go. Bob McAdoo and OG Anunoby could also potentially go with 1.3 mil. You have a lot of MT to work with. I like your point guards. I like your shooting guards. I think for backup small forward, there is so many names I can suggest to you. and I'm just going to suggest them all. We'll start off with Jonathan Isaac. We'll then go to Carlos Boozer, Tyler Hansbrough, Jonathan Bender are all very good options. Pink Diamond Michael Beasley. There's so many good options. I think for you need a defender if you want to keep Austin Reeves and Brandon Roy. So I think Jonathan Isaac is the perfect small forward for your backup three. But cards like Carlos Boozer would be really good. You know, you want more of like a defensive focused card, so I wouldn't really go for like a Michael Beasley just because I don't think he's that great of a defender, and you really need like a lock. So I would go for Jonathan Isaac. I think for this team specifically, he's the best fit there at the backup small forward position. For backup power forward, I would probably move Kel'el Ware to the backup power forward position, have Joakim Noah and Kel'el Ware as your two power forwards. I would get rid of Jokic, and then for your two centers, what I would probably do is use Pink Diamond Wemby as your starting center, and then your backup center, there's a lot of different options you could go with. I think even just going with a Diamond Tyson Chandler would be really good. He's a budget card, 5,000 MT. He would save you some MT for maybe a Wemby, you know, and just obviously saving for other positions in the future. But I do think Diamond Tyson Chandler is a center I would recommend alongside Kel'el Ware. So I'd go Jonathan Isaac backup small forward. I would go Kel'el Ware backup power forward, and then your two centers would be Victor Wembanyama and Diamond Tyson Chandler. That's personally what I would do with your squad. Now looking at the next team sent in from Aiden, he's saying hope he can make the video. The squad's a little bit blurry, so hopefully you guys can see this. But this team, 24,000 MT, not really sure if you can do much with. Starting out, the rating's probably like a 6.5 out of 10. It's not a bad team, but it's definitely not a great team. Suggestions with 25k, you can't really do too much. I do like your starting lineup. I would probably get rid of Cade and go for like I mean, if you like Cade, he's fine. I was going to suggest like a Diamond Dyson Daniels. I think he's better than Cade. You really just need a better backup center, honestly. I think for this team with how much MT you have, I think really just get Diamond Tyson Chandler. He's a lot better than Pau Gasol. And again, 25k, you really can't do much. So yeah, I would recommend that. I would also, if you can, try to grind for the Joakim Noah event exchange and the Corey Brewer. Now there's a Dark Matter piece tomorrow in King of the Court. So if you're watching this video, make sure to go play King of the Court this weekend. You'll get a free Dark Matter piece from playing 3 King of the Court games. And then also Sunday, there should be another 100 overall piece in the Triple Threat Park. So if you can go on a 5-game win streak, make sure you're doing that, and then use that 100 overall piece to either get MT if you want to, or get Joakim Noah, Galaxy Opal, and Corey Brewer, because then those can easily be your backup shooting guard and backup power forward. But yeah, I think if you're not going to do that, just get Diamond Tyson Chandler. But that's definitely something I'd recommend. You pretty much see in everybody's squad they have Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer just because of how good those two cards are. But looking at the next team here, sent in from Breezy, he's still got a lot of he's still got a lot of event cards. Haven't exchanged for MT yet. Probably will end up with about 500 to 600k MT or more. He's asking who I should help him replace. So rating out of 10. This is a good squad. This is like an 8 out of 10. Just a solid all-around team. Again, another squad with Corey Brewer and Joakim Noah. I think for this team, if you're going to have like close to maybe, you're saying 500, maybe like 800k MT for this squad, I think you have to get Pink Diamond Wemby. He's sort of a must-have for this type of team. So I'd probably get rid of Vlade Divac. You can sell him as well. That's like 100,000 MT that I would definitely take for Vlade. Have your two power forwards be Joakim Noah, be Kel'el Ware. That's perfectly cool. I'm fine with D-Rob as your backup center. And then I would get Pink Diamond Wemby for your starting center, 100%. I would probably move Corey Brewer. I mean, you could keep Corey Brewer. I think for this squad, you really just need Pink Diamond Wemby. I would also probably suggest a Dyson Daniels or a Caruso over Jalen Suggs. I do think they're both better than Jalen Suggs. Other than that, you know, maybe for backup small forward, if you want a better defender, you could go for a Jonathan Isaac. I'd probably get like a Carlos Boozer as well over a Jonathan Bender, maybe a Tyler Hansbrough, whoever you prefer there for the backup small forward position. But looking at the last team here of the video, boys, sent in from Swaggy. He's sitting on 500,000 MT, and he's basically saying, let me know if he needs to upgrade anybody. And honestly, the only card I'm seeing to upgrade is that backup power forward position. And if you say you have 500,000 MT, I mean, you have Giannis right there. So I feel like what I would do is get rid of Tyler Hansbrough, play Giannis as your backup small forward. And then for your power forward position, I would move Kel'el Ware to power forward. Get rid of Anthony Davis. You can sell him, I do believe, right? I think you can sell him. So definitely sell Anthony Davis. Move Giannis to your backup small forward. And honestly, to save you MT, just move Rudy Gay to your backup small forward position, Giannis to your backup power forward, and keep Kel'el Ware. I think that team's probably fine. Honestly, no suggestions for the last team here of the video. If you really wanted to, you can maybe not use Rudy Gay and have Giannis as your backup small forward, and then Kel'el Ware to the backup 4. And then for the center position, with 500,000 MT, you can maybe try to get like an Opal Yao. That might be a decent idea to do, but realistically, I would just move Rudy Gay to backup small forward, Giannis to backup power forward, and keep it like that. This is a very, very good squad. But guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video of another episode of this series where I do rate and improve your guys' team. Let me know your guys' squad down below and how much MT you guys have, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.